A property can be more than just a smart investment. Just like your clothes, cars or accessories, a home can be a style statement as well, and quite a good one at that. But while it's possible to pick designer clothes and accessories off the shelf, creating that unique living space isn't that simple. And this is where you get in the designers, experts who will help you convert your investment into that dream home. K&S Architects in Mumbai is one such firm that specializes in designing your dreams and converting them into reality. Well, a home starts in the passage, and here we are with the architect of this home. Shresth has been looking after the design of this place, and it's quite a place, white. Look at the passage, very colorful. We're seeing a lot of different lights on the ceiling right now. What was the idea?
Basically, the passage to the living room is quite a long walk. It's a long corridor. So what we thought was just make it more interesting for the people who are walking by. If you see this section of the wall, it's treated in various different ways. Yeah. This out here is just a family picture wall.
This is very nice because I mean this lends so much character to what you've created, which is a very wide space.
See, on this side we have mirrors, you don't feel claustrophobic.
Right, so it doesn't feel narrow at all because of the mirrors here. And then what was the other thought? Because I'm seeing all these grids also showing up on the sides.
So basically it's just a connection from the passage to the living area. In the living area we used a very strong grid, which you'll see once we go there.
Right.
And that is continued out into the passage also. So it just gives you, it breaks the monotony of the white also.
That's what it does, because otherwise it would end up being very flat. So how does the design go into the living room? Let's just check it out. So Shresth, what was the brief that was given to you when you get 2,700 square feet of space to design? You will obviously, as an architect, look at it as a space for creativity, and the other way is, of course, it's a challenge because you've been told a few things. What exactly was told to you?
No, basically the entire concept of the house was white. We took white as a base for us. If you see the living room, there's a lot of angular grid that you see going on the ceiling, on the floor, in the walls. So that grid was basically just a very dramatic impact created using white.
Right.
White was again broken by some
accents. And you thought of it just to be able to break the monotony, yeah?
Yeah, it's very dramatic in the way there's lighting within that.
Yes.
There's color changing lights that you see. So it just gives you different ambiances, different moods at different times depending on how you're feeling.
Sure.
And just a bit of color, just to break the monotony of the white. A very stark black forms a background of the main sofa.
This is a wallpaper.
Yeah, this is a wallpaper. And the most beautiful thing about white is, because of the fact that it's so neutral, so pure, it just accentuates anything else you do with it. In fact, whatever material that we've used out here is totally maintenance free. All the furniture that you see, it's pure lamination. So that is as good as anything can be for maintenance. It is totally, it's scratch resistant. It's obviously, one speck of dust is so visible, you just have to wipe it with a wet cloth, that's it.
But also tell us about this lounge area, because it's an extension of your living space. And it's a nice space to be able to lounging around either with your family or even if you have guests over.
That's it. It's an extension of the living room. It's more like a spill out zone. It's more like a chill zone. So obviously when there are get-togethers and parties, the way the lighting is done, it can turn into a blue, a red or a green or whichever color you want. So it just creates that mood. One light changes to the other. So it just creates a very serene kind of an environment, even when you're sitting and sipping a drink there. So it's really nice.
So Ketki is the person for whom this white home has been designed. It was an anniversary gift for you, was it?
Yeah, it was an anniversary gift.
Were you happy with it?
Fabulous. It was just the way it turned out as we had dreamt of. This is what we wanted. It was a dream home.
Yeah, in fact, he was telling us how the brief was to be white. So where did the idea of white come in?
I think white is, the purest of all the colors, and it gives you a very fresh feeling. You can just walk into the house anytime you feel you're walking into a new place. It suits your soul also, and very calm feeling.
This is your lounge area. You have a lot of parties?
Yeah, we had a lot of guests, and normally Sundays and matches. Now the cricket season is around the corner, so we're going to have a lot of friends coming over, chilling around, and that's the whole idea.
Yeah, so that's where you have your TV set, your entire entertainment set up going over here, and then you of course have the bar going as well, which is, this is the kind of space where you just chill out.
And that's what I think unites the family also. It's the time with the family spent, well spent.
That's right. So when you're creating that absolute family kind of space within the home, is there a certain kind of thought that needs to be going?
It's got to be very casual, it's got to be very nice, it's got to be very welcoming, it's not formal at all obviously, and it's got to have some kind of drama created, there's something that for everyone to see. That's why again the lighting is done that way, and even the way it's laid out, it's a space within a space, but it just gives it its own identity, it's still a space by itself.
Yeah. Absolutely, and Kirti, people get passionate about the spaces that they live in. How passionate are you? You're a housewife, yes?
Yes.
So, looking after the space and all of it can sometimes become a little too much.
It is like a garden, it's you're something fond of, something very fond of. So you would love to take care of it and cherish it and enjoy it.
Which is exactly what you're doing now.
Oh yes, absolutely.
So clearly a place that you love, you're going to nurture it, you're going to be passionate about it, and of course it's going to reap dividends in the long term because of the kind of joy that it gives you, which is exactly what Smart Money Aspire is trying to tell you. Keep dreaming big and keep aspiring. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye-bye.